10 ways living alone changes you. After 60, there is a kind of quiet that comes only after a lifetime of giving. After decades spent caring for others, managing households, raising families, and meeting endless expectations. It's a quiet that settles slowly, like the gentle sunlight filtering through an old lace curtain, soft and unfamiliar. One morning, you wake up and the house feels different. No footsteps echo down the hall, no voices drift from the kitchen. The only sound is the steady rhythmic ticking of the clock, marking moments you once shared with others, now somehow filled with silence. For many women over 60, living alone is not a choice made lightly or planned carefully. It arrives after life's tides have shifted, the children have grown and left, a partner has passed away, or perhaps finally, after years of putting others first, you've chosen to be alone for your own sake. At first, this silence can feel heavy and strange. It may seem like something is missing, like a chapter has ended and the pages are blank. But this silence is not an ending. It is a beginning. It is a space for becoming. When the noise of the world quiets down, your own voice grows louder, clearer, and truer than it has been in years. In that voice, you find strength you forgot you had, softness you thought was lost, and joy that bubbles up unexpectedly. Even laughter can return, filling the quiet rooms with warmth once again. Living alone in later life is not a retreat. It is a rediscovery. It is a gentle, powerful transformation, not just of habits, but of heart and soul. This season invites you to step into yourself fully, to listen deeply to your own needs and desires, and to realize that your story is far from over. You are not alone in this journey. Many have walked this path, felt the unfamiliar stillness, wrestled with loneliness, and found in it a profound new freedom. Together, we will explore the 10 ways living alone after 60 shapes us, teaches us, and ultimately helps us bloom into the fullest version of ourselves. Creating rituals that nourish you. After a lifetime spent caring for others, children, partners, friends, even co-workers, you might feel as though your days have been choreographed to meet everyone else's needs. Your schedule was never your own. It was a constant balancing act of responsibilities, appointments, and obligations. Now, living alone offers something profoundly new, the chance to build your days around you. It can feel unfamiliar at first, this freedom to choose what fills your time. Suddenly, you're not rushing to pack lunches or answer endless phone calls. You're not checking off tasks dictated by someone else's calendar. Instead, you have the space to ask yourself, what do I need? What feels good to me right now? Creating rituals that nourish your body and spirit is not indulgence. It's an act of self-love. These small, intentional moments become anchors in your day. Yeah, quiet acts of kindness you give yourself without apology or guilt. Maybe it's lighting a candle as evening falls, filling the room with soft, flickering light that wraps around you like a gentle hug. Perhaps it's drawing a warm bath, letting the water soothe your tired muscles and quiet your restless mind. Maybe you play soft music, turning your living room into a sanctuary where you can finally breathe deeply and relax. Lily, a widow in her 70s, found solace in such an evening ritual. For years, her nights had been consumed by dishes, phone calls, and caregiving, but now, as she closes the door on her day, she lights a candle, draws her bath, and reads a few pages from a beloved novel. "This hour is mine," she says, "and it's everything I never knew I needed." Your mornings might transform too. slowly opening windows to greet the fresh breeze, savoring coffee as it warms your hands, or simply sitting in silence before the world stirs. No pressure, no rush, no one watching, just you, honoring your own rhythm. These rituals whisper to your soul, you are worthy, you deserve peace, you deserve joy. They are not luxuries but essentials, reminders that caring for yourself is a sacred act. In this new chapter, you're no longer living for others. You're living with yourself, with tenderness and intention. And those daily moments of self-nourishment become the steady, gentle rhythm that carries you forward through the quiet, beautiful days ahead. Discovering strength you didn't know you had living alone after years of relying on others can feel daunting at first. The house that once echoed with shared responsibilities suddenly becomes your solo domain. The tasks that seemed small when shared now appear overwhelming. Fixing a leaky faucet, paying bills, cooking meals. You might catch yourself wondering, can I really do this alone? The weight of those questions can feel heavy, and the silence may deepen your doubts. But then, slowly and quietly, something remarkable begins to happen. Strength you never knew you had start to emerge, not the loud, boastful kind, but a deep, steady power rooted in resilience and courage. It grows in the tiny victories, fixing the clogged sink with a YouTube tutorial, learning to manage finances without assistance, calling the plumber on your own. Each small success builds a bridge from uncertainty to confidence. Joyce, a woman in her late 60s, shared how after her husband passed, she suddenly found herself navigating these challenges alone. At first, she felt clumsy and unsure, but one day when her bathroom sink clogged, instead of calling for help immediately, she watched a simple online video and fixed it herself. It wasn't perfect, she admitted, but it worked. And in that moment she realized, I am stronger than I thought. Living alone teaches you that self-reliance is not cold or isolating. It is empowering and affirming. You begin to stand taller, carry yourself differently, and trust your own judgment. You learn that it's okay to try and fail, to ask questions, and then try again. This strength is quiet but profound, rooted in the knowledge that you are capable of handling life's twists and turns on your own terms. This newfound independence ripples beyond chores and bills. It touches every part of your being. You begin to feel pride in your abilities, no longer seeing yourself as fragile or dependent, but as resilient and capable. It's a strength that doesn't shout for attention, but quietly radiates from within. You are not just surviving, you are growing, adapting, and thriving. The woman living alone is not just alone. She is learning to stand fully in her own power. And that is a triumph worth celebrating. Returning to hobbies that light. You up throughout your life, the vibrant colors of your passions may have faded into the background, quieted by the demands of raising children, managing a household, and caring for loved ones. The paintbrush was tucked away, the piano silenced, the sewing machine covered in dust. You told yourself there was no time, or perhaps you simply forgot how much those activities once filled your heart with joy. But now, living alone opens a beautiful door back to those parts of yourself that never truly left. They've been waiting patiently, just beneath the surface. This chapter grants you permission to reclaim the things that once made your spirit soar, not because they serve anyone else, but because they nourish you. Carol, a retired school teacher in her 70s, hadn't painted in decades. After moving into her own place, she discovered an old set of brushes and a canvas tucked away in a closet. The first brush stroke was like reconnecting with a lost friend, a wave of curiosity, playfulness, and freedom washing over her. Now, one wall of her living room glows with her artwork, a testament to rediscovered creativity. Hobbies do more than fill time. They ground you, calm your mind, and often heal old wounds. Whether it's gardening, writing, dancing, baking, or collecting beautiful things, these activities remind you that your joy matters. They pull you back to the core of who you are, beyond titles, roles, and expectations. This is your season to explore and rediscover what makes your heart sing. There's no deadline, no pressure, just space to follow your curiosity and express your true self. In this freedom, you find that light inside you has not dimmed. It's waiting to shine brighter than ever before. Choosing relationships that truly fill your heart. Living alone brings a profound shift, not only in how you spend your time, but also in how you choose the people who share your life. After years, maybe decades, of juggling obligations, family duties, and social expectations, you finally have the space to reevaluate your relationships. Suddenly, it's no longer about maintaining connections out of habit or obligation. It becomes about choice, about surrounding yourself with those who truly uplift and nurture your spirit. At first, living alone can feel isolating. The absence of constant company might bring moments of loneliness. But with time, many discover that solitude is a doorway to freedom. Freedom to nurture friendships that feel genuine and easy. To reach out because you want to, not because you have to. Doris, in her late 60s, found this freedom after her divorce. She worried she would be lonely. But what surprised her most was how deeply her relationship with her daughter blossomed. Their conversations grew longer, richer, filled with laughter, memories, and shared wisdom. Not rushed calls, but true connection. Doris also found joy in a small group of friends she met weekly at the library, where stories and laughter flowed freely. This season teaches that quality matters far more than quantity. It's about friends who check in just to see how you're really doing, who listen without judgment, who let you show up as you are. Messy hair, tired eyes, a soft heart, and all. These relationships become your safe haven, your soft place to land. Choosing your circle with care is an act of self-respect. You're not closing doors or shutting people out. You're simply making room for those who make your heart feel lighter and fuller. In this new rhythm, the connections you keep are those that truly see you, honor you, and walk beside you on this journey of living fully and authentically. Making peace with loneliness and finding power in solitude. Loneliness is real. It's a feeling many face when the house grows quiet and the familiar presence of loved ones is gone. Some evenings, the silence can feel almost too loud, a hollow ache that presses against your heart. You might find yourself longing for the sound of laughter, for a hand to hold, or simply for someone to share your day. But something beautiful can happen when you stop running from that quiet. When you lean into it, breathe through it, and sit with your own company, you begin to realize that loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. Loneliness is the ache of missing connection. Solitude, on the other hand, is the profound opportunity to connect deeply with yourself. Anna, a widow in her 70s, recalls those first difficult evenings after her husband passed. She would sit by the window, watching the streetlight glow, wishing the silence would end. Over time, however, she found ways to make peace with those still hours. She began to drink tea while journaling at sunset, finding comfort in the quiet and even joy in the stillness. I stopped trying to fill the silence, she said, and instead I started listening to it. Solitude offers a chance to rest, to reflect, and to soften into your own presence. It teaches you to trust yourself again and to ask, what do I need right now? And then to actually listen for the answer. Yes, the ache of missing someone may never fully fade, but it grows lighter when you build a life centered on small joys, simple rituals, and moments of gratitude. You are not broken for feeling lonely. You are human and resilient. In solitude, you can find not only peace but also strength, clarity, and an unexpected companionship with yourself. It is here, in the gentle embrace of your own company, that you begin to reclaim your power and your peace, creating a home that truly feels like yours. When you've lived with others, your home often becomes a shared space, a place where every paint color, piece of furniture, and decoration reflects compromise. It's a blend of tastes, preferences, and needs that might never fully feel like yours. But living alone offers a rare and beautiful gift, the chance to create a home that is completely, authentically your own. This is your sanctuary, a place where every corner, every detail tells your story, your memories, your style, your heart. Evelyn, a retired nurse in her 70s, had spent years living in neutral-colored rooms because her late husband preferred simplicity and plainness. After he passed, she decided it was time for change. She painted her kitchen a bright, cheerful yellow. She added teal pillows to her couch, hung colorful artwork, and filled every room with plants. I wanted my home to feel like joy, she said. Now, when I walk in, it feels like me. Your home doesn't need to be perfect, fancy, or expensive. What matters is that it feels safe, warm, and at ease. Maybe you rearrange your furniture to let in more sunlight, or finally hang the quilt your grandmother made. Perhaps you fill your shelves with books, candles, or photographs that mean something to you. Your home is your refuge now, a place that wraps around you like a soft sweater. It holds your memories and reflects the woman you are becoming in this new chapter of life. There is freedom in shaping your space for yourself. You deserve to live in a home that welcomes you, comforts you, and inspires you every day. Discovering mindfulness in everyday moments. One of the quiet gifts of living alone is how life slows down. Without the constant demands of others pulling you in different directions, you begin to notice the little things. The subtle movements of sunlight across the floor, the scent of freshly brewed coffee in the morning, the softness of warm socks against your skin on a chilly day. These moments aren't just ordinary details. They become opportunities to practice mindfulness, to be fully present and aware in the here and now. Mindfulness doesn't mean long meditation sessions or complicated breathing exercises. It simply means paying attention, truly seeing and feeling life as it unfolds without rushing through it. Helen, a woman in her late 70s, shared how she used to rush through meals, eating quickly and cleaning up just as fast. Now, living alone in her cozy cottage, she takes the time to set her table with her nicest dishes, adds a slice of lemon to her water, and eats slowly by the window, savoring every bite. I realized I deserve beauty, even in the ordinary, she said. You might find your own mindfulness in watering your plants, folding laundry, or writing down 3 things you are grateful for each night. These small rituals ground you and remind you that life is still rich and meaningful, even when it feels quiet or simple. There's no need to strive or perform, just breathe. Look around. Feel your feet on the ground. Living alone allows you to slow down enough to truly see your life, and in that seeing, you may discover that peace has been waiting for you all along. Taking charge of your health, one step at a time. When you live alone, the responsibility for your well-being, both physical and emotional, rests squarely on your shoulders. There's no one to remind you to take your vitamins, schedule doctor appointments, or go for that daily walk. At first, this might feel like a burden, a new kind of challenge that you're unsure how to face alone. But within this responsibility lies a beautiful kind of freedom. The freedom to listen to your body and mind, to honor their needs, and to care for yourself with intention. It's no longer about fulfilling others' expectations, but about choosing what nourishes you. George, a man in his late 60s, shared how after his divorce he realized he had neglected his health for years. He began walking each morning around the block. What started as a small step soon grew into a daily routine that brought renewed energy and joy. Monica, in her early 70s, had spent decades putting others first, her family, her job, everyone but herself. Living alone forced her to stop ignoring her own needs. She started therapy and meditation, finally tuning in to what her body and heart had been quietly telling her all along: you matter too. Caring for your health doesn't have to be overwhelming or complicated. It can begin with something as simple as a gentle stretch in the morning, a 10-minute walk, a bowl of nourishing soup, or a quiet moment to check in with your feelings. Each act of self-care adds up, building a foundation of strength and resilience. You're not merely surviving this chapter, you're tending to yourself with love and respect. Recognizing that self-care is not selfish but sacred is one of the greatest gifts this season can offer. Finding joy and creativity in the kitchen. For many women, the kitchen has always been a place of love, a space where meals were crafted with care for family, where birthday cakes were baked, and midnight snacks were prepared with quiet devotion. But over time, that space may have also come to feel like a place of duty and repetition, where cooking became a chore rather than a joy. Living alone can make the kitchen feel strangely empty at first. Cooking, for one, can seem pointless. Why go through the effort when there's no one else to share the meal? It's a real question filled with very real feelings, but gradually, something beautiful begins to happen. The kitchen becomes yours again, a creative sanctuary where you matter most. It's no longer about serving others, but about nourishing your own spirit. Susan, a widow in her 60s, remembers how after her husband passed, she would often heat frozen meals, eat in front of the television, and try not to feel the silence at the table. Then one day, she tried a new recipe, a simple roasted vegetable dish with lemon and thyme. She plated it carefully, lit a candle, and ate with intention. "It was the first meal I cooked just for me," she said, "and I realized I deserved that kind of attention too." Now, Susan experiments with spices, tries recipes from different cultures, and makes each meal feel special. A cloth napkin, a pretty bowl, soft music in the background, these little touches transform cooking and eating into moments of joy. Cooking for yourself isn't about perfection or impressing anyone. It's about showing up with kindness and care. It's about listening to what your body truly craves and finding comfort and creativity in the process. Frank, a friend in his 70s, created a simple weekly meal plan to ease decision-making and reduce waste. He found peace and pride in the rhythm. "I never thought I'd enjoy cooking," he said, "but now it's mine." The way you nourish yourself matters deeply. When you light a candle at dinner, set the table just for you, or savor a meal slowly, you're practicing something powerful. You're saying, "I still deserve care. I still deserve beauty. I still deserve joy." And in those quiet, delicious moments, you heal, celebrate, and affirm